This is the New Eden update for Wednesday, April 13th, 2016. I'm Wiggles, and here's a roundup of a few stories from around New Eden. We start today over at themitani.com with a response from I Want Isk regarding the recent article about him. Quote, I love EVE Online. Definitely the best and most complex game I've played. Second place is taken by Open Transport Tycoon Deluxe, brackets, which we should all play sometimes. I'll have to check that out. I love PvPing, killing my friends in game. It's what makes the game fun. I love the competition. When this whole war started, it was good fun, and I decided to fund the hell out of it, because, well, what else could I do, being a caller that, well, being a bank, that could help change the EVE Online universe. It took a lot of work to get where I am, because I Want Isk, and everyone else that has helped group together has come so far and done very well, the Money Badger Coalition. I will never take credit for the amazing talent and coordination of these people, and I'm not sure if the lack of this funding would have changed the outcome. Now, I don't think anyone will ever know. All I am sure is that I am full of Isk and I have nothing to do with it. So the lesson I've learned is that the Imperium are trying to show you here. The lesson that is to learn is the Imperium is trying to show you that is here. If you try to mess with them, they will do anything they can to bring you down, even seeking out-of-game methods to destroy you. Honestly, iWantIsk.com is technically an out-of-game method, but we all use in-game methods to destroy the enemy, and we still have to generate Isk that is used. It's not like we print Isk, we work hard. I have spoken to my business law attorney just to recap on any laws that might have come out recently, and he said I'm in the clear, and the worst case scenario is a fine for not keeping up your business name. As this time I do myself put myself as a sole proprietor and technically have no corporation nor LLC, limited liability corporation for the people outside of the US, and I do not profit from it. Plus, this is a hobby to me, not a business. At this time, I am not incorporated in Florida, not that it matters. I reside in Illinois and I am self-employed in the state. I feel saddened about the fact that this was brought out of game, but hopefully nothing time-consuming arises from it. I feel ashamed that a player in game would even try something this sketchy, but I am not surprised. It is the Mittani, and is capitalised there. I will make sure I keep one eye open for other sketchy wrongdoings arising from the goons, and make sure the server for I Want Isk remains secure. Now, there's a hell of a lot more to read in there, and a few great comments. And I also want to say props for TMC for putting that up. You can go check that out in the show notes. Next, we go to Crossing Debris for a post titled VFK by Today, and in the early hours of April the 11th, something monumental happened. The infrastructure hub belonging to Goonswarm Federation in the system of VFK TAC IV was destroyed, and within 15 minutes a new one was deployed and online by one of the members of the Money Badger Coalition, Pandemic Legion. The system had been reinforced 2 days prior to this by Tissue, and several entities worked together to flip the iHub. Test Alliance, The Culture, Pandemic Horde, Tissue, Waffles and others all worked on clearing nodes and keeping the Intosising ships clear of hostiles. Pandemic Legion and NC Dot formed of a Legion Proteus fleet that hovered over the Intosising carriers in the VW7 TAC YN constellation, ready to dive in if hostiles threaten progress. VFK still has timers to be contested, most notably on the station. With its close proximity to YAO, TAC XJ, only 2 jumps away, the Imperium may choose to commit more assets. YAO was a staging system for capital class ships before the evacuation was called a few weeks ago. Now, allowing their operations to have such close foothold may complicate things further for the ongoing evacuation of Imperium assets. Now, that being said, my part in this war is that of a grunt, and I can't claim anything but speculation on the strategic decisions of either the party's leadership. I was excited for this engagement and stayed up to the early hours of the morning to participate, in what I thought was going to be an iconic battle. Instead, I helped reinforce Pocos while Intosising ships slowly ticked away at their progress, and our fleet stayed unmolested. There was a brief moment of adrenaline when 2 squads of bombers decloaked and bombed our fleet. Unfortunately for them, they were dispatched quickly, and the only lasting effect was a new kill mark on the side of my Legion. Also, someone in Pandemic Legion and NC Dot Fleet said tonight, quote, "It seems right that goons will make the fight over VFK more like filing paperwork." We go back to themitani.com for a final report today about FCON leaving the Imperium. And this is a direct quote from the message that was sent out. Quote, "FCON is leaving the Imperium and going to conquer and live in a home of our own. We will remain blue to our friends in the Imperium, but we will no longer be a part of it. This is a serious post. And won't be only by me, only by some kind of humour. And EFCON has always been a loyal member of the Imperium, and we have benefited greatly from our work with the allies in the Imperium. Everything we have had because we were part of something greater that came together in times of need. Despite the propaganda efforts of the enemies of the Imperium, we were never mistreated as a group by their leadership. Goons are goons, and their members have a culture of constant insulting and attack that is both internal and external. We cannot hold them to their own cultural standards. EFCON held the richest region and had PvP opportunities across the galaxy and spent years enjoying the major victory after victory because of our all memberships in the Imperium. Hell, we were there when the CFC was formed originally. Old school members. So everyone sees us lose a war and sees the leaks on Reddit and private consultations between goons taken out of context and gets angry. That's okay. But actions always speak louder than words. By no act of the Imperium in the past has this been a reason to leave. Yet, we have decided to do so. All I'm going to say is, I called it 2 weeks ago on This Week in New Eden. More to go soon, maybe. Elsewhere, any related content, new blog post out today from Rick Shavix and Noisy Gamer. The only one new podcast out today is the Jeff Raider Show, who gave me a little bit of a shout out, so big up my boy Jeff. Plex prices today in the Forge region are registering an average trading price of 1,026 million ISK so far today, which is up just a 1 million ISK from yesterday's closing of 1,025 million. The top buy order in Jita right now is 1,026 million, and sell orders are starting at 1,035. Skill extractors are trading up currently 1 million at 238 from yesterday's closing average of 237, with buy orders for those starting at 234 and sell orders starting at 239. Skill extractors are trading down 4 million ISK at 638 million, which is yesterday's closing average of 644. That's actually 6 million, not 4 million. My apologies. Buying of those starting at 630 million and sell orders starting at 642. Thank you to you and anyone else out there who has chosen to support this show on Patreon monetarily and decided they get a little bit of value from the work we put in every day and decided to give a little bit back. You can go to patreon.com/wiggles to find out about how you can support the show with your real life money, whether it be $1, pound, €1, a yen, I don't know, a Deutschmark if you still have them. No, they're not worth anything, but whatever. If you can support, great. If you can't, I understand that. You can go to apart from Patreon, you can go to newedenupdate.com/support to find out about all the ways you can support if you need a Plex or something like that. But the best way, I'll tell you what you can do, just tell people about the show. Court mates, alliance mates. Tell them about the show. And also, if you could give us a rating on iTunes or your other podcast of choice, or just like us on YouTube. If you're watching it on YouTube or Twitch, let us know. You can give some feedback, because we always broadcast on Twitch and on YouTube live while we record. So if you want to give us some feedback on that or anything else in the show, you can send us an email, feedback@newedenupdate.com, or you can leave comments in the show blog, newedenupdate.com, or in the YouTube comments below. Or you can even send us a tweet @newedenupdate. I also do encourage you to leave your websites and go to other websites, one of them being totaleve.com, where you can find out all the information like the blog posts, the new news posts, the Reddit posts, dev posts, Twitch streams, tweet fleet, hashtags from Twitter, all that good stuff. That website again, totaleve.com. This has been your New Eden update for Wednesday, April 13th, 2016. I've been Wiggles, and we'll be back tomorrow. Thank you for listening or watching.